quest'ora faccio quello che vuole. Parla mezz'ora.
Possiamo? We can do it. We can start. Normally. No, someone is coming. Sì.
Anche io sono abbastanza bello caldo. Io non mi ricordo.
Thanks to everybody.
Mettiamolo in mezzo. Non lo metto in mezzo.
Certo. Okay, we can start with this closing session. Needless to make any presentation because we know each other very well at the end, okay? Okay, perché the audio is not so good here. So we have 4 workshops at the end. We can talk with coordinator briefly just to have some conclusion of the workshop and of course of this incredible for a lot of reasons incredible days because it was very interesting for the great participation and also for the model of collaboration among the projects. So I would like to involve first of all Giuseppe Serra and what are the main conclusions related to the application of artificial intelligence in marine aquaculture, no? Is there any great potential for the future? What do you think? Or what are your story of the workshop?
First of all, thanks for organizing this event. I think I learned something because I discussed with other experts and was really, really interesting. We had also a workshop. We discussed a lot with questions. So I want to say thanks again for the organization. And I think during our project we saw really at the beginning the farmer would say, "Oh, what do you want from me? I don't want to work with you." But after some kind of interaction, they start get involved on these kind of AI tools for their for the farms. So at the end of the process, for example, I have my colleagues there. We had to change part of the platform because the farmer asked us, why I need this kind of information, please add this kind of field for us, and so on and so on. So at the beginning, I saw something that they look us like not really a friend, but then they understood that there is a potential of AI for aquaculture. So I'm really interested to see what happens in the next future.
Okay, thanks, Giuseppe. And now I would like to ask also to Marco, because as Giuseppe also talked, that it is very important to collaborate with the final user. No? And so you, with your project, manage a lot of small and medium enterprise. So what is the approach with the small and medium enterprise? What is the conclusion of the workshop, of course?
Yeah, the approach is to have the SMEs to interact with the tool and to listen to the comment. So, for example, we recently updated the tool. Basically, the tool in Eccentric is meant to build the investment, help you to build the investment plan based on your project. And one of the feedback that the things that we noticed is that when we designed the tool, we planned it to have a complete brief on the project ideas, and then we realized that the companies have ideas that are a more rough stage, that are not so well defined, that are missing elements, and maybe sometimes they forgot also to tell you some aspects. So, for example, we recently reviewed the tool in order to make it to ask more questions, and so to help you give all the information that are actually needed for build an investment plan. For example, a smaller idea thing is that the sector or the stage of the company was something that was not defined, but for example, when you look at funding, it's very important to know if you are a startup or an established company. This is a question that now the tool makes you if you don't explain it. And the workshop was very interesting because it allowed us to collect even more feedback and also to interact with other projects and to see that we can maybe have some building blocks to put together something even bigger, to give a full, more complete service to the companies and to support them even better through collaboration.
Okay, thanks, Marco. Okay, now Matteo. No, because Matteo is one of the success story of the program. No, you start with us with a project. He and the organization continue with other projects. So now you are working on underwater robotics and surface. Okay, so probably the application of artificial intelligence can be a lot different situation probably of Marco said. I don't know what is now the potential application of artificial intelligence now in this specific sector.
Well, thank you first of all for inviting us to this event. It was a beautiful event. A lot of stakeholders I'd like to meet and new ones. So the workshop that I had it was regarding the marine technologies in blue economy. And we are speaking this story almost 6 years. We believed that there is no sustainable blue economy without digital and green transformation. So sensors, cameras, robotics, underwater surface, AI, machine learning must be the part of blue economy. And this is what we discussed on the workshop. The projects beyond, projects Brigantine, projects DIH InnovaMare was a part of the workshop. And what they told and what is the end discussion was what is the vision of blue economy in 5 years with marine technologies. And we said that definitely the scientists and the local and regional governments and national governments will monitor the impact on the sea or on the waters by remote sensing, remote technologies, whether they are cameras, sensors, wireless communication underwater, surface vessels. But people will be able to gather a lot of data with new technologies. And the next step should be that these data are gathered in one hub of data. And with the supercomputer, with AI, to enable better predictions, better modeling, and at the end to define what is the real impact on the sea and on the water. Because at the end, it's very important that we understand that economic growth, if it's led with a potential of harming the environment, then it is not growth. It is just a matter of a question when in the future we'll have more expenses on restoring our seas and water. And so at the moment we have to work to have technologies that will enable us to have a sustainable blue economy and sustainable growth. So this is the, let's say, yeah.
Thanks, Matteo. Okay. So last but not least, of course, Carlo, also the moderator of the workshop, moderator of the event. So, Carlo, I can ask you to resume the final conclusion of the workshop. But also, I would like to ask you a question that before, during the lunch, I have this exchange of opinion with Giuseppe. And Giuseppe, I asked, well, what is the potential collaboration between the small and medium enterprise or local partnership with this kind of AI infrastructure? And Giuseppe told me, I don't know, really at the moment. So I ask you, you have an idea about this potential collaboration?
Yes, I do, because I'm trying. I'm trying to do that. But it's a very good question, and it's also partially the wrap-up of the meeting that we had, because at the end I was more or less was asked the same question from the people. So is the supercomputing good for everything? I don't think so. You must consider that Leonardo actually has been built mainly for science. Simulation on materials or research like that part, they are actually building the, fulfilling the capability of the supercomputer Leonardo at the moment. But the next generation, which is the so-called AI factor, aims to work with company. So where is that possible? I don't think everywhere and not for everybody. But I've seen some application where that is possible. I would say, for example, where there is, I brought there a company working in the field of fashion, for example, building a kind of avatar and where to test the dress of people. That's not a big one, but they work for some of the big player in the field of fashion, and that is a good case. Other cases, they are not good for this application. We are still also working in other kind of applications. So actually the answer is depends. Probably in future it will grow up always more. At the moment we are really still pioneering this kind of application for SMEs at least. Some larger companies, they are already working there. So it depends on the sector, on the kind of application you want to do. And on this, you need to look at the specific project to decide if it's the right project to use the capabilities of the supercomputer or not. So it's not for everyone. But I think in future it will always more need something like that. And what we need now is to create use cases where we see and the other companies can compare and say, yeah, maybe I also need something like that, or no, that's not for me. And so just to wrap up also our meeting, we had this kind of discussion. And at the end we said that, yes, maybe that the nautical sector, because we talk about boat building, yacht building and so on, it's maybe today not always ready to use technology like this one, but it start to try or could have some need in some specific cases, and that there could be the development of infrastructure like this one. So it's not a completely yes, but not even a completely no. It depends on specific use cases and the specific project.
Okay, very interesting. So this is the final speech from the coordinator. So I would like only to thank to everybody, especially people who directly collaborate in this great event. I start from at the end, Sabina of Brigantine, best project, someone, so chiaro. And of course, Eccentric and DIH InnovaMare, best, of course, and Marinet with Giuseppe and other people who collaborate. Special thanks to Fausto and Alessia with this great organization. And of course, I would like to thank, I don't know if someone here from the, no, before also Alessandro, thanks for your great job. And also Cristina and Emma and Sarah for this. Sorry. Stefania, do you want to come here to for the institutional greet? No, because Stefania actively participates with a lot of requests and suggestions. So, and Christina, sorry. Okay. Just
one woman, and a lot of men. Thank you very much. Just a few words I'm very happy to be here with you, and just to have the conclusion of this fruitful day of idea, experiences that we share all together, just to also to transfer for the next programming period and for the next months, because this year is very important for the program and for the ETC programs, because we are in a period of capitalization of ideas and, as I say, experiences and results in order to go on innovation and blue economy, just to the support of the technological instruments such as artificial intelligence. And as you know, our region, as all the regions of the Italian region of the program, but also Croatian counties are very, very interested in implementing these issues all together, and to share also instruments such as big data and other kind of instruments that support us to the next programming period. Thank you very much to all, and have a good work for the next months. Thank you very much.
Okay. So we can close. Of course, thanks to the great infrastructure. This, I don't know if someone here of the the Regia Tecnica, the guys of the Regia. Hi, thanks for everybody for the patience that you were collaborating with us. So, bye to everybody. See you.